Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday afternoon, 3:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Well, my dear viewers, I don't think many of you will be up at the moment because most of my subscribers or viewers are in the Northern Hemisphere and you're probably all asleep. This is part 2 of exposing or not to expose scam or allegedly not a scam of Lockie Pior and Lucas Delante, directors of ScaleSmart Australia, located in Melbourne and Sydney. Now, going off from yesterday's live, I shared with my viewers that I will be continuing my live today to expose and demonstrate for you to clarify whether this is a scam or not concerning ScaleSmart Australia, dear viewers. Now, if I could only tell you, sorry, again, positioning myself, if I could only tell you the day I had today, if I could share with you, if you could have been a fly on the window, I was supposed to go live 5 hours ago. But something occurred with my laptop and I couldn't find something else that it needed. So I had to go on and do other work. And then my poor little puppy Nina was getting really restless, taking her for a walk. Both. I had to do, oh my gosh, I'm a mess because it's been a way out day today, dear viewers. I had to do some grocery shopping. So I did both. I took her for a walk and did grocery shopping. And then I came back and I did work and the laptop still wasn't working. And then lo and behold, when I was able to come back live, guess what happened? Sorry, I'm just trying to see where Nina is. Where are you, Nina? She's disappeared on me. Well, what happened is YouTube decided to not work and have technical problems with their live stream, didn't they? I'm trying to present myself a bit more proper, people, dear people. Vanity, all is vanity. All is vanity. Who do we have here? Dawn, hello, darling. Thank you for joining me. And who else do we have? Oh, okay. Now, I am going to continue on with, no, that way. Everything's opposite. With ScaleSmart. And I'm going to leave it up to you to decide whether ScaleSmart directors Lockie Pior and Lucas Delante, I don't know if I'm pronouncing Lucas's name right, the directors of ScaleSmart and Veritas Digital in Melbourne, whether they are scammers and whether ScaleSmart is in fact a scam. So what I'm going to start off with is, remember when I shared with you yesterday that they are using emotional intelligence? In yesteryear, they would have called it preying on the emotions of others, but now it's an emotional intelligence because you can use AI to teach you how to do so. Interesting thing is, before I get into it, Lockie Pior blocked me on YouTube. Lockie Pior blocked me on Instagram. Why is that so, dear people? Why is that so? There could be a few reasons. One, he was sick of me tagging him. I get that totally. Two, he didn't want to be exposed. So he blocked me. 3, he could be too busy. Now you choose which one of the above. I don't know. Another thing is, I find it very interesting that Lucas is off the grid. Well, not so off the grid, but when it comes to ScaleSmart, Lockie is the front man. Where is Lucas? Remember, where's Wally? Where's Lucas? Before I begin demonstrating to you, for you to verify. Oh, Dawn says, yes, emotional intelligence, I remember, good. And Dawn is saying, because you are a threat. And also, yep, exposure. Well, I don't know. Let's wait. Let's see. I don't know. But as long as I'm raising awareness to guard others, that's great. Oh, look who we have here. Diane, my American friends are on. It's not that late. Hello, Salwa Samra. I miss you. Help us understand what is going on. Okay, then. Well, you'll have to watch yesterday's live, Diane. It's in regard of a company here in Australia who I've been watching for 8 months. If you go and watch yesterday's live, that will fill you in. And this is part 2 of how I'm going to demonstrate how this company and any other scammers can operate to fool the common man and woman, right? And to take heed, to watch these practices on what not to, adhere to, and what not, how not to get scammed. So let's have a look at where is Lockie's co-founder and, director, co-partner. Let's have a look where Lockie is. Sorry, Lucas is. Lockie is partner in their main company, which is Veritas. Oh my gosh, there's so many names. Veritas Digital in Melbourne, Australia, right? That's the main company, and the offshoot of a side business is what I looked into and was watching for 8 months, right? And of course, remember yesterday I shared that I had 2 phone calls, one from their one of their mentors, and Sione, I can't recall the name, but the second main one was Matan, and I don't even know whether they're serial names, right? Because they don't. This company, I was very detailed with them, as you'll see in my first exposure of them yesterday. I wanted their names. They don't give you their surnames. I wanted information from them. They don't give you information. Let's have a look to see what Lucas Dulante is doing. Let's go and have a look. Lucas, he's not on Facebook. Now, on Facebook, funny enough, because I'm under my first name and my middle name that I'm not going to share, but anyway, Lockie didn't block me, but Lockie did block me because I tagged him on YouTube and on Instagram. So Lucas Durante. Now, the reason why I think this is him, because he is I think is in China 1 day ago. Have a look at this. He's skiing in China, people. Can you see that? 1 day ago. Oh, 1 day ago. I've got to learn how to use that. Oh, there you go. 1 day ago, right? Skiing in China. And, oh, hold on. Oh, there you go. He's there with mates, with some mates. The reflection is getting off there. That's not very good. There you go, in lovely winter China. I'm trying to avoid the light. Hold on. Okay, others, and there's some lovely food. And I'll go from there. And it could be Japan, actually. It could be Japan. Oh, no, here's the 18th of March. Japan. Yesterday was the 24th. He could still be in Japan, trying to get away from the light. This is Lockie's partner, Lucas, right? Oh, no, you silly thing. Okay. Now, that was the 18th of March. 9th of March. Where is he? Push, wherever that is. Look at that. He's now swimming. Oh, have a bit of sunbaking. Why not? Why not? Oh, look at that. Can you see that? No, you can't, because it's looking for me, to me, the silly thing, the reflection. Okay, hold on. 9th of March. There you go, still on the 9th of March. Remember, a day ago, he was either in Japan or China. Oh, look at that. The good old mates all catching up watching TV. And then we have, 23 of February, back in Japan. Back in Japan, people. These are the two directors of ScaleSmart official. They don't give you the ScaleSmart official website. I had to find all of that. Okay. Back in Japan. Oh, they're living it up. This is Lucas Durante. I'll show you his profile picture in a minute. And then we've got the 19th of February. Oh, it looks like he's back in Japan. Well, that looks like China to me, and Chinese writing. There you go. Have a look at that. Okay, and then we've got 15th of January. A snake. Japan or China? It looks like Chinese writing to me. This man is just living it up on other people's money, allegedly. I've got to say that for legal reasons. Okay. Look at that. Look at that lovely food. Just living it up while allegedly scamming people. Oh, let's play some tennis, people. Let's play tennis. And then we've got now, I don't know where he is. That looks like it's Australia. I could be wrong. That looks like it's Australia. He's not saying where. And he's got many photos. There you go. That was 28th of December, just after Christmas. Where's this? Oh, champagne. Yep, we got our champagne. Here we go. He's on a conference call. There you go. Having a drink. I'll get to the comments in a moment. Oh, look. How about we show off our watch? How about that, people? This is what these scammers do, allegedly. How about we show off that watch? And now he's in Mornington Peninsula. Relatives of mine live there. It's a coastal area. down in Melbourne, Australia. There you go. Oh, look at this. Oh, now that was the 8th of December. Now on the 5th of December, he's in the Gold Coast up north in our tropical state. And he's even got tropical on that picture, right? Are you seeing what they're doing with people's money? And of course, their own money that they are getting from their company, the main company, Veritas Digital. Oh wow, he's in Bali on the 12th of November. 12th of November in Bali. He is traveling every 4 weeks, and this is what they will lure you in. Oh wow, and 5th of November, still in Bali, having a ball with all the mates. Wonder if he pays for his mates, dear viewers. October, there you go. Where is he in October? It doesn't say. September, doesn't say. He's got his alleged dog there. I don't know if it's his, but I'm gathering it's his. Okay, and what else do we have? 10th of August, it doesn't say where he is. Or luxury. This is what scammers do, allegedly. Okay, so you get the drift, don't you? So now I'm going to now read to you what I researched and found out. But before I do that, I'll go on to the comments. Diane is saying, "Oh wow, how I miss yesterday's live. I'll go back and watch after this. That'll be great, Diane." Tammy, hi Salwa, my Australian friend. Hello, Tammy. And then there's Diane again. Salwa, what are you going to do about him blocking you? I don't like it, Salwa. Be careful. Oh, I'm not going to do anything. That's up to him. That's his free will. Diane, no, Dawn. Wow, living the life in Japan or maybe China and Bali and the Gold Coast, even in Melbourne, where all those luxurious areas I showed you. Okay, I decided to copy and paste and then print this out. So I'm going to read what I researched and found out. Concerns, and look, this is where I have read it carefully before printing it. I even highlighted it so you see I'm doing my work, doing the work, highlighting areas. Please, of those that didn't see the live yesterday, to know what I'm going on about, please know that, see, vanity, you're required to watch the live yesterday to know what I'm going on about. Concerns have emerged regarding Lockie Pior, CEO of Veritas Digital, and certain business practices associated with his mentorship programs. If you recall, I shared that with ScaleSmart, their sidekick of income, if that's even a way to phrase it, you're not called an employee, you're called a student, and you'll understand more once I go further with the reading. Specifically, these programs involve participants sending AI-generated emails to companies with the promise of earning a 50% commission upon receiving a response. While this model is presented as an employment opportunity, it functions more as a mentorship program guiding individuals to start their own business online rather than offering traditional employment. So that's the first step, as I shared. These people make out in their marketing videos that they're not selling anything, that it's all about you. We want to know about you. We want to be able to know what you want to get from this. It's all about you. We want to get to know you personally. That emotional manipulation which brings in control because it takes the focus off them. You are never allowed to ask questions. Go back to my live, you'll understand what I mean. They will continually bring it back to, we want to get to know you. It's about you, okay? Community feedback, Reddit discussions. Users have expressed skepticism about similar digital marketing schemes. In a Reddit thread, one user mentioned, I know how many people that have joined pyramid schemes, multi-level marketing, thinking they will get valuable marketing experience. Now, know this, dear, those that are watching now and in the future, I shared with them, as I shared on my live yesterday, it's multi-level marketing, but in a framework that is give it a little twist. They will never mention multi-level marketing, which I'm very privy of, having my father-in-law, hello, Miss Noel, having my father-in-law in it for 50 to 60 years, of which I shared with them on my 2 phone calls, as I shared on my live yesterday. Course reviews, right? This is all reviews online. The Movement Mastery Program associated with Lockie Pior. So the program they're using is the Movement Mastery Program. I told you they're scripted. Didn't I tell you it was rehearsed and scripted, and this is what they're going to teach? The program is what they use to teach their students, not employees. Don't ever say you're an employee, and don't ever suggest for one moment that, my goodness, that they are trying to sell you something. They're not. It's about getting to know you personally and how they can help you and your objective, your visions, your desires. Okay, so that's the program they use. Associated with Lockie Pierre has received mixed reviews. Some criticisms focus on the program's pricing and marketing tactics. A reviewer noted, the negative reviews appear to be people annoyed at the price or the marketing as opposed to customers who hated it. Well, of course they're annoyed at the price. It's deceptive. Lockie Pure markets it as you could join for free or just for $1,000. Yet I further found out it's far from the truth. With the first mentor, Sione, it's a male, and I thought he was Italian, right, with that name. He shared, oh, no, well, you would need about 2,000. After I tried to really somewhat politely interrogate him, which they didn't like because they shut you down. Don't ask them questions. Don't do it. Also, the second mentor, Matan, or Matan, I don't know how that will be pronounced or whether it's his real name. Yes, I'm repeating myself because it's worth repeating. He said 5,000. So, of course, they're concerned about the cost. They are deceiving the prospective student. Now, let me read the comments. Hello, Miss Noel. Joanne, hello, darling. I've been meaning to message you today. Okay. Now, the other community feedback, the final one, is AI Evolution Program. This program, co-founded by Lockie Pierre, aims to teach individuals how to leverage AI tools for online income. Again, I shared that yesterday. You need to go back to my live. While some reviews acknowledge the legitimacy of the program, concerns have been raised about its aggressive marketing strategies. As I shared yesterday, by the end of my call with Matan, we were yelling at each other, right? A reviewer noted, the legitimacy of the program, concerns have been raised about its aggressive marketing strategies. A review stated the founders of the program demonstrate their legitimacy, and they try to. For those that don't know, patterns, tone of voice, key phrases, search engine optimization, and the words used in that. The only aspect that prevents a high legitimacy score is the program's aggressive marketing approach. Now, I researched the program that Lockie mastered, which is the movement mastery. Now, where did I put that piece of paper? I'm going to tell you how that operates. Where did I put that? Oh, hold on. It might be in my notes because I use notes. Hold on. I use my notes. Oh, golly. Oh, no, I didn't print it out. I'm going to have to include it in my description, dear people. I didn't print it out. I'll send a link, right? So there you go. Now, the recommendations. So we got the community feedback and now recommendations. What they're recommending you do is thorough research. Before engaging with any mentorship or business opportunity, it's crucial to conduct comprehensive research, scrutinize the program's structure, costs, and the realistic outcomes it offers. I did all of that with both mentors and they didn't like it. As you'll know, hear and watch on my live yesterday. Consult trusted sources is the next recommendation. Seek advice from industry professionals or individuals who have first-hand experience with the program. Their insights can provide valuable perspectives on the legitimacy and the value of the opportunity. Well, I did that, couldn't find anything. The other thing I noticed is that Lockie, who hasn't, even though I've tagged him on Facebook, blocked me, he's only got about 29 to 31 friends. For someone who's really out there and successful, that's very odd to me, but he is under his name and not the business. So consult trusted sources. I didn't have to. I know the go. I understand the scheme because of personal experience. The third and final recommendation is be cautious of aggressive marketing. Programs that employ high-pressure sale tactics or make extravagant claims, of which they did, but they try to hone it in by their persuasive, empathetic words, right? I didn't buy it. Therefore, asking questions, therefore starting the manipulation and control again. Extravagant claims warrant careful consideration. Ensure that the program's promises align with achievable results. The program's promises, as I shared yesterday, do not align with the results. They deceive, they lie, and they trap you in that way if you don't know what you're looking for. When considering programs like, notice that they said programs like ScaleSmart and companies such as Veritas Digital, only because I put that in. If I didn't put in their main company, that wouldn't have given me that. You got to know how to word things on the web. Do you get what I mean? When you're searching, search engine optimization, you've got to know how to word things, right? When considering programs like ScaleSmart and companies such as Veritas Digital, it is essential to be aware of both positive testimonies and critical reviews to make informed decisions. ScaleSmart, while ScaleSmart official website features positive testimonials, external reviews offer contrasting perspectives, and that's what I found out. So what I did is go to independent reviews, not the companies, because you know what? They pay for, we all know that, some companies pay for positive reviews, literally. They pay for that. A critical review is found on curious.com expressing skepticism about the program's legitimacy, highlighting concerns about its structure and marketing tactics. And I'm going to read that to you in a minute. He had about 2 pages, he or she. I'm gathering it's a he by the tone of wording. I could be wrong. I'll read it in a minute. Veritas Digital. Also, Veritas Digital has received varied feedback. That's the main company. Employee feedback. A former employee shared concerns about workplace dynamics, stating that drivers' assistants earned more than drivers, and mentioning additional responsibilities like data capturing. A video review. A YouTube video titled Veritas Digital Scam raises concern about the company's practice. I did watch a video where a lady, I think in England, African lady exposes scale. It wasn't very good filming. Coverage she had was very not good, but I got where she was coming from, right? So you got to really, really research in the research, if that makes sense. Again, they give you recommendations to what to do, conduct thorough research, consult multiple sources, be cautious of upfront fees. What it literally is, dear viewers, is you're paying to get a job. You're paying them to give you the program to get a job and to work for them, but you're not working for them. You're actually working for yourself. They are just giving you the program by employing you as a student, because you're not an employee. You're not an employee. And they're not selling anything. So don't worry about it's okay. You can join for free. But then again, it costs you $1,000. But then again, it actually is going to cost you, it's going to cost you $2,000 to get the program and to be a student. But then again, on the second phone call, it'll be up to $5,000. So don't worry, okay? Don't worry. Now, I'm going to give you an understanding, like I shared yesterday, of what emotional intelligence marketing is. Okay, now tell me, I'm just going to, before I go into that, go into some comments. I just woke up to go to the bathroom and saw that Sawa was live. So here I am. I might fall asleep, lol. It doesn't matter, Joanne. I know it's late there. Joanne is my moderator. Thank you, Joanne. I am talking about ScaleSmart Official, which I've been watching for 8 months, and I spoke to them last week. Please go and watch my live video, Joanne, when you have time. Tammy is saying, hi, everyone. I got to get up early to go to the hospital. Okay, then I won't read that out. And now we've got, okay, yes, she's on the same time zone. Tammy's on the same time zone as Joanne. And everybody's saying good night. And okay, so this is a description of what emotional intelligent marketing looks like. Emotional intelligence marketing is an approach to marketing that builds trust with customers through empathy. I'm going to pause there. Remember how I shared with you that both mentors last week were attempting to demonstrate such deep empathy. And the second one, which I had the most interaction with and the longer interaction with, I shared as I was sharing my story. I heard lots of noises and distractions in the background and mostly laughing. I didn't tell him that. Emotional intelligence marketing is an approach to marketing that builds trust with customers through empathy and seeks to understand their needs while presenting the brand's value in an authentic way. Although this wasn't authentic, people can legitimately do this. They can get to know you and understand you. But this wasn't legitimate at all. In practice, emotional intelligence marketing includes defining your own brand values and image, including voice tones, visual attributes, and personality in a way that resonates with a targeted audience. Well, what I found in their tone was manipulation and rehearsal. Managing how a brand is represented through asset management, experiences for customers, for example, customer service, marketing materials, or activations, and building customer loyalty is of importance. Listening to and responding empathetically to customers' needs through social listening, emails, and product feedback as part of a meaningful dialogue. Creating a safe relationship where a brand genuinely cares for the customer experience, their traffic to a website or footprint in a store, and meeting their needs in an effort to build a connection. Why your marketing needs emotional intelligence, why it needs and why they implement at ScaleSmart Official Australia Emotional Intelligence. To understand why emotional intelligence marketing is an important muscle to build and flex in a way in any marketing strategy, you need to understand your customer. Hence, that's why they say we want to understand and get to know you personally. It's part of the intellectual, emotional intelligence marketing. Do you get what I mean? Who your customers are, how and what they buy, and their overall buying behavior are going to help your brand create a more effective and personalized marketing campaign. That leads to higher brand recognition and loyalty with a targeted audience. By understanding your customers' struggles and motivations, I'm going to pause there, and they do that. They want to know your struggles. They want to know your hardships. They want to know everything personal down to how much you earn per month, which I wouldn't give them. And I put that second mentor in his place and shared, you've got to be kidding. As if I am that foolish to give you my monthly income. You're telling me that you cannot design a personalized program for me without my income? No, 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 dear man. That's not how how it works. And then he had to rectify himself and try and turn it around back to me again. By understanding your customers' struggles and motivations, you can know when and how they will purchase products. And then it goes on to give an example. You need to be reliable to an audience, and you need to share with them their purpose. And that's what they do. They try and hone in on your hardships to try and know, I believe, how to manipulate and control the narrative so that they know which line, which program to use accordingly to your needs. That's why they want to get to know your story personally, especially your tragedies, your sufferings, your traumas, so they can, gleam off that. to use that to manipulate on how they can design a program personally for you. So to endeavor to progress to your success. Aren't they lovely? They're so kind and considerate and compassionate. I'll just read a few comments. Oh, you're cutting out on me, Salwa. Yes, YouTube is having difficulties. I looked it up. Technical difficulties. Sorry, dear. Okay, now I'm going to give you the positive reviews of their main company, Veritas Digital Australia, located in Melbourne, Victoria, has showcased several case studies highlighting their expertise in digital marketing and branding. These case studies demonstrate the ability to drive growth and enhance online presence for various clients. Now, remember, be very skeptical with reviews on the actual company's website. They could be paying for them. Adriatic Furniture, that's a company in Australia, furniture company. Service provided, social media, Google Ads, and search engine optimization. Overview, it enhanced brand visibility and online engagement for a leading furniture retail. YCL Jewels, I've never heard from them, of them, sorry. Services provided, Google Ads, SEO, conversion rate optimization, and the overview was improved online sales and search engine rankings for a jewelry brand. Burkhardt, never heard of them either. Service provided, sales funnels, Google Ads, email marketing, and their overview is developed effective sales strategies and digital campaigns for a fashion brand. The fourth one is Crush Organics, service provided, influencer management, content creation, email marketing. Overview, leveraged influencer partnership and content strategies to boost brand awareness. Number 5, Aston Legal Group. I have heard of them. Services provided, leading pages, Google Ads, and CRO, which is conversion rate optimization. Overview, optimize online presence and lead generation for a legal service firm. Number 6 review, Ladybug Landscaping, never heard of them. Service provider, Google Ads and search engine optimization. Oh, come on. Where are we? Sorry, dear people. Overview, enhanced search visibility and client acquisition for a landscaping company. The final and number 7 review is statewide painting and decorating. Service provided, Google Ads and SEO. Overview, improved online reach and customer engagement for a painting and decorating service. For detailed insights into these projects and to explore how Veritas Digital Australia has contributed to their client success, you can visit their case study page, right? So that's their positive reviews. I hope that helped out a bit. No, Joanne is saying I'm cutting out, and Diane is saying a little, not too much. Okay. Now, this is the negative review from the Courier website that I shared. Now, bear with me, please, because it's quite long. So I really appreciate your patience. Now, this person speaks about Lockie. Lockie Pure looks like he's looking for a reason to give the trigger a good squeeze. Remember, well, not remember, but I will warn, this is actually pretty full on. Either that or he's about to grab a single lemon, some dry shampoo, and bottle of Kettle One. Who knows? Sweet name though. Him and Lucas Durante, seriously? Australia over there handing out elite names, so this guy may not be in Australia. Run a boutique marketing agency called Veritas Digital, as I explained, and an educational company called ScaleSmart that teaches beginners real world skills that last a lifetime. Like, how to make passive income with their cutting edge AI referral fee system. I don't need to hear a single word of their pitch to know that these dudes are slimy as hell. They've littered the internet with paid for articles to make themselves seem credible. And ScaleSmartOfficial.com is painted in scarce tactics. Don't close this page or your free training will end. And free spots, as of today, are almost gone. That is a common marketing strategy. Don't close the page. You'll lose out. We've only got a few left. Companies do that all the time. It's absolute nonsense. Yep, we believe you, this author is saying. The author of the article, he's not an actual author. Meanwhile, these two dingleberries are on Instagram flexing their fabulous dinners, vacations, watches, cocktails, and cars. I just showed you that with Lucas Durante's Instagram. There you go. Let me guess. LMME. Let me guess. Veritas Digital is footing the bill, not their get rich quick courses. Nope, couldn't be. Lockie, accessorized like Mr. T, had a piercing Pagoda gift card to use up. Says he struggled to make money until he met his first mentor, Lucas. Yep, Lucas was Lockie's mentor. So Lucas has put Lockie as the front up man. That's why you're not seeing Lockie on any of these ScaleSmart official videos telling his sob story. I don't even know if it's true. I'll tell you about his story at the end. Legend has it, Lucas showed him a new AI-powered digital middleman strategy. Because buzzwords, bro, got to keep the grift fresh. You see, with this, you don't need to start some risky, time-consuming business. Oh, no. Ask Lockie. He went from burning $300 a week on ads for his failing drop shipping store to collecting $5,000 a week in passive income. Not just for connecting small business owners who need customers with digital marketing desperate for clients. No, the best part, with the magic of AI. Literally, anyone can do this. Stacy, a stay-at-home mother of two, landed an $800 a month client in her first 24 hours. These are the stories you're going to hear on their website. But yeah, small businesses pay you to send them customers and you just outsource the work to freelancers. That's why this takes less than an hour a day and requires zero experience or skills. Lockie lies. And you'll supposedly pocket a referral fee every month for playing matchmaker. He's being very, sarcastic. Skeptical? He asks, are you skeptical, everyone? So was Lockie when Lucas first taught him this. He assumed, sorry, Australia, it was too good to be true. He's trying to put in a hillbilly, you would say in America, we call it bogan in Australia, accent there. It was too good to be true. No way. It could be this easy. But he kept an open mind, gave it a shot, and today he spends more on sushi than you do on rent. I just showed you Lucas's Instagram. Every few weeks is overseas. Here's how it works. Pay attention, dear people. Charge a business $2,000 a month for online advertising. Throw a freelancer 40%, $800 a month to fulfill. Toss Lucas and Lockie 10%, $200 a month for coaching you and providing templates and freelance fire. And you keep 50%, $1,000 a month for grueling labor of making an introduction. That's with every call or business that you sign on. And that was exactly how Mitan demonstrated to me. In fact, he said to me, have you got a pen and paper? Now you grab yourself a pen and paper, condescending me. Well, he didn't know there's always a pen and paper next to a writer. And I kept my mouth shut. I wanted to say to him, you idiot. You think I'm that dumb that I'm not writing every single word you're saying? He goes, are you listening? Because he heard movement on my table, right? And I said, yes, I am listening. I've got my pen and paper and I'm writing down what you're telling me. I've been writing down for the last hour, you nincompoop. But of course, I didn't say that. It took everything in me to keep my mouth closed. And then the writer says, rinse and repeat until you're distinguishedly rich, I guess. Here comes the catch. For the absolute privilege of being a commission-only salesperson for these assholes, you first have to buy their referral fee mastery program that I'm going to put in the description for only, what did I say before? $1,991, but they don't tell you that. They round it off to $2,000 on my call. So yeah, it's basically paying for a job. Here comes the cash. Do you read that? For the absolute package of being a commission-only salesperson, these have you first have to buy the referral mastery program for only $1,991. So yeah, it's basically paying for a job. Right there, okay? On a scale of sketchy to definitely needs a tetanus shot, this offer is a glory hole at a gas station bathroom that's dirty. Okay. Now, what I did is, as I was researching, I could hardly find anything right as I was researching. Hold on, sorry, I'm just positioning, the back. Let me just take a sip of water. Sorry. And I thought to myself, what's going on here? These guys are supposed to be really big, 300 and something million a year, according to Forbes magazine and these other places that they have on their website. And they've got hardly any followers. They're low on friends. Oh, there's lots of photos of Lucas vacationing every few weeks. Why aren't I seeing more about these people? So I looked up, I typed in last week, why is there no concerns about ScaleSmart Australia and Veritas Digital Melbourne, Australia? And this is what I got. I typed it all out. See, you can see my handwriting there, very messy. And it reads, there could be several reasons why there aren't more public concerns about ScaleSmart Australia. Number one, limited online presence and reviews. They hardly have any reviews, really. I had to search from here to Kingdom Come to get what I had because I use keywords. Your common person who doesn't know how to use the internet in an optimized way wouldn't probably have got what I got. Compared to larger well-known companies, ScaleSmart Australia has fewer customer reviews and discussions online, making it harder to gauge widespread sentiment. The company might not have been around long enough to generate significant controversy or large-scale complaints, where they started 2017 to 2020. 2017, I think, was oh gosh, I've forgotten their name. Anyway, the main company, and 2020 was when they started ScaleSmart, their viewers. Number two reason, controlled reputation management, which I think they're doing. Many businesses actively manage their online reputation by removing negative reviews or encouraging satisfied clients to leave positive testimonials. The company's website prominently features self-published testimonies, which may create a more controlled image of customer satisfaction. Remember what I shared with their their promotion, their positive feedback on their own websites, be very cautious and suspicious of. They could have paid for that. It's very well known that that's done in the industry. Number three, lack of public complaints on major review platforms. There are no significant complaints on platforms like Trustpilot, Product Review, or the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, where scam allegations often appear. If complaints exist, they may be scattered across smaller forums or private groups rather than the widely known consumer watchdog websites. Exactly. It's akin and equivalent to, you know how people get their news from mainstream media, and now all the goers in the last 7 to 10 years, independent journalists, independent reporters are what we're looking to, because nobody trusts the lying fake news mainstream media. Well, that's what they're doing here with these major review platforms. People are going, like me, who's a nothing and a nobody, they're going out and they're giving reviews, and others who don't know how to search rightfully and coherently will miss it, right? Number four, clients may not realize issues until later. In some industry, concerns don't surface immediately. Correct. They're a very, very young company, right? 5 years and over is when you really verify what these people are about. I know that when you make up your business plans. I've been in the business 35 years. Clients may experience delayed results or slow realization of ineffective services, meaning complaints could emerge over time. That's why I believe these videos in time, I really sense that is going to help people. It may not now because they're a young company, but in time it will. It will warn people and spare them of getting scammed. Number five, customers who had issues may not speak out. Some dissatisfied clients may not bother to leave public complaints or may attempt to resolve their issues privately with the company. In cases involving financial losses, some may feel embarrassed or unwilling to admit they were misled, and that is very understandable. Who wants to know, who wants to put out there that they've been scammed as a business and as a company? No one, not even as an individual. It's highly embarrassing. The company may be legitimate but misunderstood. While some critics raise concern about marketing tactics or business models, that doesn't necessarily mean the company is fraudulent, and it doesn't. It's only my experience and what I looked into that is allegedly verifying to me it's a scam. Some businesses operate in grey areas using aggressive sale techniques but still delivering a service, albeit not always meeting clients' expectations. No surprise that 25 of their Trustpilot reviews so far are 1 star. Reddit and the BBB are gonna have a field day with these clowns. Oh, sorry, this is going on from that negative testimony. Sorry, that's complete, right? This is finalizing that testimony. I must have missed this out. I've got so many bits of paper. This is the final bit of the negative testimony. No surprise that 25% of Trustpilot reviews for ScaleSmart Australia are 1 star reviews. Geez. Reddit and the BBB, I don't know what the BBB are gonna have a field day with these clowns. Karma and probably a few lawsuits should be arriving any minute now. I gave them a chance. As you'll hear on my live yesterday, I called Lockie before I came live. In the morning, I came live yesterday in the afternoon, Australian time. I texted numerous times last week, and it was so awful doing it. I felt cringy. I didn't want to bother them. I text the 2 mentors. I even text the first mentor who put me on to the final mentor before I got on to Lockie, but that never happened because we yelled at each other and he knew I caught him. McCann. I texted him and said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm about to go live. I told them last week, this is what I'm doing. You know, I even text both of the several texts that I sent Matan, the second mentor. I texted back to the first to show him what I was doing and what happened with Matan. None of them got back to me. I think they could have very well blocked me, right? Okay. Now, who am I? Who am I to raise awareness? One person. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. Okay, here is some more research that I came across from another review. Hold on. There it is. And I've got my own notes, which I'll share what I said in a minute. Concerns regarding ScaleSmart Australia marketing tactics, particularly in promoting their third man, because that's what they continually say. You'll be the third man, the middleman. They call it the middleman. Education program stems from perceptions that they employ emotional manipulation to attract clients. That's what I was saying all throughout the live yesterday. Emotional marketing tactics. Emotional marketing leverages consumers' feelings to influence purchasing decisions. While this approach can effectively connect with audiences, It raises ethical questions when it explores vulnerabilities. Strategies such as psychological pricing and emotionally charged narratives can create perceived value or urgency, potentially leading consumers to make impulsive decisions. Heartbreaking. Specific concerns about ScaleSmart Australia. Critics argue that ScaleSmart Australia utilises emotionally intelligent marketing tactics to drive brand innovation and repositioning, which, if misused, can lead to ethical concerns. It's exactly what I was sharing yesterday and how I felt. It is exactly how I felt last week, only to find out that I was completely right. And how did it all start off? By hearing Lockie's story. And what's Lockie's story? That's how it all starts off. Remember, I said emotional intelligence, manipulating through your tragedies. Well, Lockie shares his tragedy. Whether it's true or not, who would ever know after all the lies that I heard? His story is he grew up in a very, very poor family. They lived in the commission areas of Melbourne. A commission area is for low social economic families. I don't know what you call it in the Northern Hemisphere. It's for those who are on social security, those that need uh, um, to, what is it called? Welfare payments. They have certain homes that they can rent out for social, lower economic earnings. He was bullied at school, and because he was one of about 7 to 8 other children in the family, I think they were a family of 8 or 9. He said he had 2 older sisters, 2 younger brothers, and I think another sister or 2 sisters. I can't remember. It was a huge family. He was bullied at school. They were so poor. He used to ask his friends, and he didn't know it was wrong because he was never taught to give him money to buy lunch because he hated the ongoing sandwiches that his mother gave him. His mother was suicidal. Now, if his story is true, it's a heartbreaking, horrific story. Right? And he spends at length telling you about his story before he gives you the spiel. And I mentioned that with my calls, right? I shared that with the 2 mentors. I said, look, can I give you some advice? Can you tell Lockie to hone it down? The sob story, I didn't say if it was true. I said his story was horrible. But do you know what? People want you just to get to the point. You can tell a little bit of your story, but you have to spend an hour and a half listening to his story on his introduction video to get you lured in. And I found myself, I'm telling the mentors this, I found myself forwarding it. I thought, oh, dear Lord. As I explained, it was like Australian and American Idol. You know, my husband would say, and I shared this yesterday, have they given the sob story yet so that everybody could vote for the underdogs? You know, because they weren't that good, they voted for them because the sob story. And my husband will say, when they're finished doing their violin, you know, can you call me? And and that's when we were watching it. And, you know, it's just standard. And I told them both that. I gave them so many chances, even calling Lockie's Veritas digital company in Melbourne. And do you think that he called back? No. Even tagging him yesterday on my live, he would have seen it after the live, maybe even during the live. He could have been one of the people on. Who knows? Staying silent. But he He blocked me on YouTube, so he's seen it. He blocked me on Instagram, so he's seen it. He hasn't blocked me on Threads, which is an Instagram, connection. It's Threads is Instagram, but it's in a text form, right? Any questions, dear people, before I share with you a poetry piece that's very relevant and telling in this, how one person can do a lot? Even though I'm a nothing and a nobody, do you think I'm going to keep myself quiet over this disastrous alleged scam? No way. Because I care too much for others, and I care that they are going to be triggered by telling their personal, tragic stories, their suffering and their pain. And I certainly do not want them to expose their financial income. No way, no. And boy, I was just livid and showed him that. And he had to backtrack and make it all about me, right? Okay. Miss Knoll says, that name Lucky, it's Lockie. It's a very, very popular Irish name, Lachlan. It's Lachlan. And in Australia, we always shorten our name and they're called Lockie. That name Lucky reminds me of that old joke about an unlucky dog named Lucky, and that's from Ms. Noel. Sorry, Noel. I keep saying no. It's Noel. Okay. Yeah, and she just said, oh, what else do we have? It's almost 10:30 p.m. here in Las Vegas. It's okay. Yeah, sorry. I keep saying no, and it's Noel. I know it's Noel. So I hope that is going to help those that will look at this in the future and do what I did last week. Search. It was all last week, every day last week. And I finally got the call Wednesday and then later on Thursday, and I did the research. But before that, I was watching this company for 8 months because I thought, oh, they're true blue Aussies. They've got to be honest. They weren't honest. Because us Aussies tell it as it is, right? That's what we're like. We tell it as it is. And I was on a live yesterday with American twins. I was watching their live and they pulled up an Aussie show and it's called Gogglebox, and they were showing it to make a point. And I said, us Aussies tell it as it is. And another Aussie that I didn't know was on the chat. A few comments down on the live said the exact same thing. Us Aussies tell it as it is. Like Crocodile Dundee, if you ever watched the movie. He told it as it is. There was no mucking around, no pretense, no lies. We don't care to offend. Us Aussies, we tell it as it is. And that's why I wanted to watch them for that 8 months. I didn't jump on it, go and call them. I just watched them and kept watching them. And I thought, I'm going to give them a call. Diane, Salwa Samra, you are someone in the Lord. Remember that. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Diane. You are wonderful to warn people about the scammers. Well, that's the least I can do. I don't want them to have to go through the traumatic ordeal I endured in sharing 5% of my story. Noel is saying, I have a praise report of sorts. People can't afford to gamble, visit, etc. Here in Vegas, due to prices going sky high, right? Yeah. People don't need to be spending money on vice anyways. Exactly. No. And the cost of living at the moment, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just want to get this hair out of my way. I wish I had a band somewhere. The cost of living at the moment, excuse me, is just So expensive. So expensive. I'm going to take this off. It's actually annoying me. Sorry, people. Yes, the cost of living is so expensive. Petrol, food. What else is there? Just you. Oh my gosh, utilities. Do you know how much utilities has gone up in the last 2 years in Australia? Heaps, heaps. Sorry, your hair gets all messy when you have oh shivers, I don't want to lose that. Oh dear, hold on. I don't want to lose that. It's gone up heaps, so you're completely right. Worldwide, I'm about to put up what's happening in Ireland at the moment. New Zealand, the North Island, is experiencing a drought. I still have many family members and friends in New Zealand, and they said, every family have to have two workers, two adults working in their family. The parents have to both work. So what can one person accomplish? I'll tell you what, a writing piece I wrote in my book, Salwa Samra, as I always shared, going on Amazon to find it because it is on hold with my other books because I'm editing and I still haven't got to it, dear people. I still haven't got to the editing. That's how busy I've been catching up with 8+ years that my life was at a standstill, right? Let me find the writing piece or poetry piece. I Am One, I think it's called. Let me find it. I thought, what would relate to this saga? I'm just one person. What can one person do? It took only one Nelson Mandela. It took only one Joan of Arc. It took only one George Washington. And the list can go on, right? It takes only one person. Bear with me. Sorry, people. This is my very messy book because I've had it with my office gear, coffee stains, everything. I thought it was just right here. Where did it go? Oh, darn it. Oh, for goodness sake. Sorry. I'm getting there. Just talk amongst each other. I thought it was way before. I thought it was at the front of the book. This is unusual. Why did I move that glass? Sorry, people. I have to position it right. So the pages almost look so old because I've worked with this so much. Sorry, forgive me. Where is it? I hope it'll be well worth the wait. This is ridiculous. No, it isn't where I thought it would be. Okay, I'm going back towards. What on earth is going on? Should have Nina up here. Sorry, everyone. The actual image should. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to leave this and I'm going to find it right there. And I am going to be so cross with myself. I knew it was at the front. I'm missing it. This is what I've had happen to me all day. Believe me, I couldn't find something that I needed for the computer, for the laptop. I had troubles with that, which caused me to be 5 hours after. Oh, hold on. It was my allocated time at 10 o'clock this morning. And I'm 5 hours after that. Then YouTube ends up being technical issues. This is just so weird. I can't, and now this. I can't find it. I can't find it. Do I still keep looking? Come on, come on. I hope it's going to be worth it. You can all tell me off if it's not worth it. I've made you wait too long. I know how precious time is and it's getting late there, but you can come back to this anyway. I save all my, I am one. Here we go. Chapter 37. I am one. And this is the illustration. It's an actual statue of Joan of Arc on her horse. Right? Okay. Solitary isolation. Will that endow on me assurance? To be confined in seclusion's mouth. Surely the quiet will help me indulge in my frustrations of brick walls wavering from moving aside. Camels pass by with elephant cover. I contemplate life in its mutant smother. Visionary I am, negative not I, risk taker determined, persisting to injustice, festering in solutions to life's resolutions. Passion is my partner. Giggles is my right-hand man. I am nothing but one. Why do I give a damn? Alas, one. One can change societies. One can transform minorities. One can rescue the lost. One can rally for injustice. One can feed the poor. One can open freedom's door. One can wipe tears. One can burdens bear. One can house the orphans. One can cover countless sins. One can make a difference. It only takes one to conquer and commence. That's why I give a damn. Salwa Samra, 2012. I have to get you, oh, no, this way, that way. No, that way. So odd. And there you go. That is one of my simple writing poetry pieces. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Thank you so much. I hope that has given you, this live has given you some insight into how to know whether you've been scammed or not, how to research it, what to look for, what to listen for, things you need to really hone in on. Be careful. So many people waste money, and I cannot tell you in Australia on our current affairs shows how many people are being scammed, having lost thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's heart-wrenching. It's so upsetting. And they've lost thousands upon thousands of dollars. You know, scams operate in all sectors of life. Building scams, financial scams, material scams, relationship scams, dating apps. It's varied and it's fast spread. So I really pray that you'll be careful. Oh, hold on. Sorry, dear viewers. Before I leave, I'll read you these two scriptures, right? Located in Proverbs 19 is the first one. verse 5, a false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. So the person who's advocating and backing the witness, Lockie and Lucas, which were the mentors, right? They will not go unpunished. And he who breathes out lies will not escape. King Solomon wrote that. Now, he had a lot to do with the knowing about people's situations, lifestyles. Why is this man on earth to this day? Historically, verse 21. Chapter 21 in Proverbs, verse 6. The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a fleeing vapor and a snare of death. Harsh words, but very wise words. So there you go. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for that. That was wonderful from Diane. Awful. Some people are truly evil. Yes, they are truly evil, Ms. Noel. Thank you, everyone, for staying with me. Sorry, I'm just seeing whether there's any more info I can get you. I'm just going to go back just a minute, because all my texts, I sent them yeah, no, I've shared all of that with you. Okay, I just wanted to do a double check to see whether I did share it all with you, and I did. So thank you so much for joining me today. Now, don't forget the Remnant Life channel with Angela from Canada. We're going to go live sometime this week talking about domestic abuse and her survival on it, and fighting the legal system to get her son back, who was who's desperately wanting his mum back. And he was just no, I won't go on. Actually, I'll leave it to Angela to tell you all. So thank you so very much for your patience. I hope in the future this is going to help someone somehow, some way. Until the next time, remember, I pray for you, all my subscribers and their family. Take care and keep an eye out for the short videos that I'm making now more often than my longer videos. They will give you an idea of what's happening on a global scale, politically, socially, sometimes economically, lifestyle content, and on all different fronts and dynamics. Until the next time, take care. Au revoir.